So today I will be reading When I Grow Up by Al Yankovic and illustrated by Wes Hargis. I waited so long for the hours to pass, but soon it was noon there in Miss Crupp's class. And Thursday at noon, I'm sure you know well, is the time of the week when we do show and tell. And this week the subject, so special to me, was when I grow up, what am I gonna be? That's something I'd really been thinking about, and I just couldn't wait to let all my thoughts out. So when Miss Crupp said, "Who's ready to share?" you can guess who was there with his hand in the air. I raised both my hands just as high as they'd go, and I bounced up and down, and then what do you know? Well, Miss Crupp picked me, yes, me to go first. Oh, I was so happy I thought I would burst. I proudly stood up and began my oration concerning my choice for a future vocation. Esteemed friends and colleagues and dear Mrs. Crupp, I know what I'm going to be when I grow up. Why, I'll be the greatest chef you've ever seen. The world will go crazy for my haute cuisine. I'll tantalize taste buds with my rigatoni, sautéed with black truffles and pickled bologna, surrounded by kumquats and candied pig's feet, topped with shrimp-flavored lollipops. Bon appetit! My walls will be filled with awards I've gotten for toast on a stick and my Twinkies au gratin. My kitchen will be the most famous in France, so make reservations 12 years in advance. There's no doubt about it, I'm certain, you see, a world-renowned chef is what I'm going to be. That's very nice, Billy, sweet Mrs. Crupp said. Who wants to be next? Maybe Susie or Fred? I said, hold the phone now, I haven't departed. Hang on to your seats, 'cause I'm just getting started. See, maybe instead I could be a snail trainer. Man, that would be awesome. Why, that's a no-brainer. I'll teach all my snails to do really neat tricks. They'll play dead, roll over, and even fetch sticks. Of course, all the sticks will come back 2 years later, but working with snails, I mean, what could be greater? They'll do any stunt that I like, holy moly. I'll train them to pedal a bike really slowly, then jump, ooze, through a huge ring of fire and crawl at a snail's pace across a high wire, then finish by writing my name with their trails. That's right, I'll be Billy, the master of snails. 'Cause maybe I'll be a gorilla masseuse. He's got lots of different ideas on what he's gonna be. He could be a gorilla masseuse, which means like a person who massages gorillas. Or an artist who sculpts out of chocolate mousse. Or a rodeo clown, or a movie director, or maybe professional pickle inspector, or big sumo wrestler, or hedge fund investor, or smelly pit-sniffing deodorant tester. Or I'll be an expert on nuclear fission, or else a foot model, or friendly mortician, or waiter, or skater, or master debater, or dinosaur dusting museum curator, or TV repairman, or sidewalk sign waver, or part-time assistant tarantula shaver. And that's about when Mrs. Crupp said, "Now, Billy, please make up your mind. This is getting quite silly. Which one of those things are you going to choose?" I shuffled around and I looked at my shoes. He doesn't want to pick just one. And finally I said, my great-grandfather Bob's been a whole lot of things, had a whole bunch of jobs. A butcher, a barber, a bellman, a bouncer, a telephone psychic, and bingo announcer. You know what? He just turned 103, and he's still not quite sure what he wants to be. See, I'm only 8 now, so frankly I'm hoping you'll cut me some slack if I leave my options open. Let's just wait and find out what my future brings. Hey, I might have time to do all of those things. I like this kid. And then the bell rang and we all went to lunch, and as I was sipping my pineapple punch, I pondered professions that I'd like to enter, like brave firefighter or crazy inventor. Or maybe, just maybe, now when I grow up, I can be a great teacher like dear Mrs. Crupp. Teacher Billy for Mrs. Crupp. Love Billy. Oh, that's so cute. And that is the end. I'm sorry, I think one of those pages was missing. But this is Al Yankovic, the author of this story. He's a really fun and interesting guy. So that was When I Grow Up by Al Yankovic and illustrated by Wes Hargis. I hope you enjoyed that book. I want it to inspire you to be whatever you want to be when you grow up. And you don't have to decide. You can do lots of different things. And that's what's really great about the world that we live in. I hope you enjoyed that book, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.